Welcome to the Fire Mountain Gems and Beads Jewelry Making Studio. Today I want to talk backstitch. Now, a lot of people know what backstitch is when it relates to cross stitch or sewing or embroidery. But what about beads? How does this affect beads? Well, I'm going to show you. Backstitch with beads, most often it's used to embellish a cabochon like this one, but sometimes the backstitching is used just to make this decorative piece like in this Australian-themed jewelry design.
Get our email newsletter for beading news, sale announcements, new product announcements, and more. Link is in the description below.
All right, so backstitching. I've already taken a tiger eye cabochon and glued it to a piece of lacy stiff stuff. This is a special kind of embroidery fabric that we have at firemountaingems.com. I just glued that on with a little tiny bit of E6000 just to hold it for now. Okay, so now I've got my number 11 needle, and I've got it threaded with fireline, and I'm going to make a really quick quilter's knot. If you don't know how to make a quilter's knot, we have a great tutorial on how to do that. The nice thing about a quilter's knot is it makes a nice big honkin' chunky knot so that when you put it through the stiff stuff, which is a fairly loose weave, it doesn't pull through. So there's my big chunky knot so that I can go up through this stiff stuff from the underside. And I want to go right next to the cabochon. My needle's coming up right next to the cabochon. Pull it through. Let it get stopped by that nice quilter's knot there. Good job, Rose. You did it right. Okay, I'm going to add 4 beads. Any kind of beads will work. This one I'm using the number 11 delicas, but any beads will work. And any number of beads. So I'm using 4 beads, but you could use anything from 2 to 10 beads. It's your choice. Now let those beads go all the way down to my stiff stuff, and I'm going to imagine them laying there right next to my cabochon and tight and in place where I want them to be, and I'm going to go down through my stiff stuff next to the cabochon right at the end of that string of beads. Go down through the stiff stuff, pull this through, and here's where the back stitch comes on. Now I'm going to go back up through the stiff stuff, and I'm going to go so that my needle comes out between beads 2 and 3, right in there. And this is a bit tricky. You can use your stitching on the underside to give you an idea of where you want to go, and it doesn't have to be perfect. So there I'm actually more between 3 and 4, but I'm going to go up there. That's close enough. And pull it through. So I came up between beads 2 and 3 right in here, and that's where my working thread is, right there. I'm going to go back through beads 1 and 2, and there's the back stitch. Through beads 1 and 2. There we go. And those 4 beads are now firmly attached next to my cabochon. I pick up 4 more beads. 1, 2, 3, 4. I bring them all the way down to my stiff stuff so I can see where they're going. And I go down through the stiff stuff next to the cabochon and right at the end of that string of 4 beads. Pull that through. Go back up between beads 2 and 3. Oh, wow, I did good on the first try. Look at that. Right up between beads 2 and 3. Pull that through. Go through. Whatever those were. Beads 3 and 4? I guess they are. 3 and 4. Go through there and keep on going. Add 4 more beads until you get all the way around the cabochon. Now, once you've gone all the way around the cabochon, if it doesn't look really pretty and smooth and as lovely as you'd want it to look, you can always go through with one big long stitch all the way around the circle of beads just to smooth them out a bit. I found most of the time I don't have to do that anymore. I've gotten pretty good at this. So I put down my 4 beads. Go down through my stiff stuff. Let's see if I can do it as well again this time. Up between beads 2 and 3. Yay. I'm through beads 2 and 3. And go through beads 3 and 4. Not the stiff stuff. No other beads, just those. And I can add more beads. And like I say, if you want to make it smoother, you go all the way around the circle again. Now you're all set up to do some more embellishing coming out this way. You can lots of different embellishing stitches. You're also set up if you wanted to do a peyote stitch bezel up to cover your cabochon. So there's some choices for you. The backstitch, which can lead you to more embellishment or lead you to the peyote stitch cabochon bezel. Ooh, lots of good stuff. And those videos are available at firemountaingems.com. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I hope you have fun with this. I want to see what you make. Happy beading!